figure review. This time we're looking at the Godzilla 2014 figure. Now I was kind of postponing getting this figure for a while because I wasn't sure which one to get. I wasn't sure whether to get the 6-inch one, the 12-inch one, or just say screw it all together and get the SH Monster Arts Godzilla figure. I don't know. I was originally going to get the big 12-inch one, but that one seemed like it was kind of limited on articulation, at least in the main torso, and it had electronics in it, and I'm not a fan of electronics and toys that go for more detail and posability lately. And the SH Figure Arts is really expensive, and it does have a little bit more detail in, say, like the dorsal fins and just overall texture. But it's a little bit more exaggerated to try to fit the more Toho style Godzilla. It had longer toes, a little just more pronounced features that just kind of make it look more like a Toho design. But while this one goes for a straight up movie accurate design, and I wanted Godzillas to be, all my Godzillas to be the same size. So I'm going with NECA with the Godzilla figures, and I couldn't be any happier in this scale. So let's take a good look at him. And this is the second Godzilla figure, or second American Godzilla to been made. Of course, there's that infamous '98 one with Matthew Broderick that just ate tuna all the time and swam and didn't really destroy anything. And that one looked more like a T-Rex than anything, and at the time I was happy with that design, but as I got older, that is not Godzilla. It just does not match. I don't think the movie is bad as a whole. I don't think it's not good. It's not good by any means, but I don't think it's that bad. I just don't think it should have ever been called Godzilla. As of right now, that creature can only be called Zilla because Toho won't allow it. But anytime that movie is been reissued or put on DVD, it has to be called Godzilla. But that kind of sucks. I wish they would have actually changed the name to Zilla and just take God out of it altogether, because this is the real American Godzilla, and I love this design. At first, I was kind of iffy about the kind of funny looking feet, because if you look at, say, the '85 Godzilla, he has very long feet and long toenails. But this one kind of goes for more of a Komodo dragon was standing on his hind legs and his toes were pointed forward. It kind of goes for that design, and if you're looking like that, I like it. His hands also has more traditionally, he has 3 fingers and a thumb, and he stands upright, and he's 12 inches long from head to the very tip of his tail. He's 12 inches long, which, well, speaking of the tail, let's take a good look at the tail here. I love how the fins, the spines on his tail, they go from, they're pretty rugged overall, but they go from, somewhat organized to just pure chaos on his tail. They're all going in every direction, and just looks really cool. And we could take a look at the head. As opposed to all the other Godzilla NECA figures, his head is kind of small, but it's really just because of the overall design of the creature. His body is enormous. It's the biggest Godzilla yet, but they didn't want the head to be comically large, so they just kind of made it a little bit smaller just to match his body. While overall this Godzilla is gigantic in the film. When you compare him to another 6-inch Godzilla figure, let's say, got the '85 one here, his head does seem a bit small, but it's actually quite proportionate with the rest of his body and accurate to the way he's designed in the movie. And let's take a look. He has articulation here in the top of the neck and a swivel. I believe it's a ball joint at the base of his neck, but you can only really fit in a swivel. He's got a swivel and a little bit of up and down movement in his shoulder. He's got some up and down movement and swivel in his elbow. He's got a wrist joint, and he's got a hip or a mid torso joint here, and a hip joint here, which looks kind of funny when you get into certain poses like that. He's got a knee joint here, an ankle joint, and especially of how long his tail is, you can see like he's got one joint here, ball joint, another ball joint here, one more ball joint here, and his wire tail with rubber is attached to another ball joint here, and you get great range of posability in that wire tail. So this is a great figure. It's definitely a lot better of a figure than any of the movie Godzillas that were produced by Bandai America. Just infinitely better. Those figures were just not fun. They were just gimmicky looking, and I didn't plan on getting them. I was really disappointed with those figures, but NECA came to the rescue and made this terrific Godzilla figure, and I can't wait to see what other Godzillas they have coming out. They have the I believe it's just a repaint of the Versus Space Godzilla figure coming out in January. Nicknamed the Burning Godzilla, and they also have the 54 original Godzilla coming out in spring. Hopefully they do more Godzilla figures like that, do more designs, because I'm really loving this entire line and can't recommend this figure anymore, especially if you're a huge Godzilla fan. Alright guys, you can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/ssjautobot. You can Instagram me too, ssjautobot, and follow me at Twitch. I do live streaming there at twitch.tv/ssj_autobot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button above this video, and I'll catch you next time.